get some proof to this. So I want to go to some source to actually verify on this and see how legit this whole situation might be. Though,
yeah, I guess.
Are you faithful that you're actually saying the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, definitely.
You weren't lazy at all for no training.
Okay, I mean, I had lazy moments when I was in high school.
I have all your stuff.
But I don't like. Listen, I believe when I was on the field, I gave full effort. There were times where there was one summer I kind of disappeared a little bit. But yeah, I'd say I gave full effort when I was on the football field.
How did football actually become like that jump on you? Like, what prompted football to be your first sport?
Oh man, I wanted to be in the NFL. That was my initial goal. I realized that though it wasn't gonna happen. So that was my first. I would say that was my first love. Football and basketball were my first love. That was what I was passionate about at first.
So, what made you realize that you were not going to make it to football or basketball, but that you were going to make it as a fighter?
Well, I think my love for MMA became greater than both. Once I really started watching UFC, once I really started watching Anderson Silva, Rampage Jackson were my first two favorite fighters. You know, watching Anderson Silva just pick people apart, and he doesn't even look like a fighter. You know, no one really. If you look at Anderson Silva, you wouldn't expect him to be able to just tear someone apart. But watching that happen was crazy to me. And it was all new to me, and I just fell in love with the sport. And I think the love for that became greater than my love for football.
Well, you mentioned Silva not looking so much as a fighter, but you know, if we would look at you have a build that's not too different. But it's not the build, it's the qualities. We were speaking something precisely yesterday about the shapes and body.
Yeah.
And about how the conditioning such a big effect that people misjudge.
Right. Just every body style has its advantages.
Right.
Like me, I'm not the most muscular, ripped guy, but that causes me not to gas as much. I'm very long and lanky, so that plays to my advantage. So but you get those big muscular guys, you know, in there. They might be explosive for about a half a round, and then they're gonna gas out. After half a round, you know, you see them get tired. You know, they're very explosive, you know, but then all of a sudden, they have no power left, because they're using all their energy because they have very muscular build.
Well, that's a good one. Yeah. But, you know, even though you spoke very beautiful, you don't get away from me actually going to the coach anyway. So come on, let's go in. Coach. Thank you so much for actually receiving us. We're actually trying to get the reality of this guy. I mean, he's been talking a big game. And he was a stud pretty much. He was devoted to all his training. I want to know, was this guy lazy? What was he like?
Well, in our program, they didn't have a choice. They had to work hard. So, no, he's not lying to you. It was pretty intense. You know, high school football, by its very nature nowadays, that's where it's gone, is 7 a.m. training. And we put these guys through the work. So James went through a pretty intense program in high school, no question about it.
Coach, thank you so much for actually receiving us impromptu. And at the same time, your full name is, please, for the camera.
Don Arax.
Sir, so you have this great gentleman actually making his debut in Combate Americas. He's going to be pretty much at the Super Bowl of Combate, which is the Copa Combate. How do you feel when you actually see something like this going down?
What's great is first of all, great kid, but the second part of it is what excites me is, you know, I'm a football coach, but a large part of my job is training kids. And so when they continue to train or take it in other areas, we've had a few other kids do this, or whatever they do, you're proud because, you know, that's You know, a lot of it was just trying to win football games, but some of it was sending these guys off with, you know, some training skills so they can stay fit the rest of their life. And to see someone turn it into not only being fit, but, you know, staying competitive is great.
Definitely. But, you know, the ethics pretty much goes into play to this. So
Right.
I was telling him that I really felt very happy when I saw that the kids he actually coached had a great demeanor towards him. And
Right.
it says a lot about the culture that you guys actually have.
Yeah, and it says something about these kids. If you're James and you make it through this program, I mean, it's tough. And a lot of the kids that play high school football nationwide that are in these kind of programs that do this, I mean, you got to be a special person. And, I mean, you do get frustrated sometimes when you see kids that went through that program and then they're going, Coach, I need to drop some weight. But this isn't one of those guys. Very fit. I had him lift his shirt up the other day. I wanted to see his abs, wanted to see how he's doing. So, and we're very excited about, you know, him, you know, starting his pro career.
How long have you been in the school?
Next year will be my 20th year.
20 years.
Yeah, 20 years here.
That's quite something. I mean, wow. It only goes to stand, and it's so great that kids actually get a chance to have programs that are as good as that, and seeing James is a reflection of that. So I would say in general, just thank you so much. And I would say also seeing how diverse the whole campus seems.
Yeah.
And Combate Americas is pretty much home to diversity.
That's the beauty of this campus that I loved, and that's what I loved about our football program is you threw these kids in, white, black, Latino, and all these kids together, and that was the beauty of our football program and what I like about it. And that's really the beauty of athletics, though, isn't it?
Indeed, it is. Hey, James, I think you have to shake the man's hand. He actually put you fully out of it.
I appreciate it.
So, this is Vida Combate. We've been at the Buehler High School. I want to thank the whole high school for actually being so kind to us. You stay tuned. Christian Moreno here. We have more Vida Combate ahead of this Copa Combate, December 7th. Coach, I want to thank
Beautiful.
you.
Thank you.
so
No,
very
good
much,
job.
man.
Very good job.
Yo,
It's the first time I've ever done anything like that.
no, it's okay.
Palms are sweating.
There's
I'm more nervous about this than the actual fight. Yeah.
it's a very laid back format.
Right, it's funny.
It's the very best thing to do. But yeah.
So this is like the teaser that you play before the fight?
It's going to be part of it, but it's also going to go for everything as far as the Combate platforms and their affiliate
Right.
TV shows.
Where is it? What is it on? Like what?
They have agreements with ESPN, with the Zone, and Univision,
Gotcha.
as well as Facebook Watch. But Facebook Watch only does like anything
Right.
that's the fight preliminaries and stuff.
Gotcha.
But yeah,